Hi, welcome back to another episode of AORUS All-Stars. This is a series where we follow our gear into the hands of different gamers and creators around the world and see how they're using our stuff. Today is a very special episode because we get to meet the man behind one of YouTube's biggest tech channels, Linus from Linus Tech Tips. Now, Linus has millions of subscribers, he has made thousands of videos, and many of those videos have included AORUS gear. But today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go behind the scenes and give him a chance to talk about his background and his story, what got him into making videos in the first place. Answer some questions that he gets all the time but doesn't get a chance to talk about in his main channel. So without further ado, I give you today's AORUS All-Star, Linus of Linus Tech Tips.
My name's Linus Sebastian. I've been a YouTuber for 11 years now, and I was born and raised in Vancouver, Canada. Really, the thing that got me into technology was a love of gaming. So the first time we ever upgraded our family computer was solely so that I could upgrade from playing Dino Park Tycoon to playing TIE Fighter with my Top Gun joystick. And pretty much everything from that point on was driven by a love of games and gaming. I had no way of knowing that my career was going to take this kind of a trajectory. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a cop or a teacher. And I love talking about how my poor guidance counselors in high school had no freaking chance, right? Because I graduated in 2004. A few months later, YouTube was founded. So, dude, didn't see that one coming, right? A lot of people ask me how I became a YouTuber, and the honest answer is I fell into the whole thing by accident. So I got a job as a sales rep at a computer store because I realized that I already spent all of my time on their forum answering people's questions and advising them on what to buy anyway, so I might as well get paid for it. And then from there, that passion for just talking about the latest technology made me the prime candidate when our store wanted to start making YouTube videos. There were literally, my boss pulled me aside and was like, we need to make YouTube videos. You care about like RAM, cast, latency, and that kind of crap, right? Okay, yeah, you do them. And I was like, okay. I had no experience whatsoever when it came to video production, either behind or in front of the camera lens.
The tower heatsink itself, a fan speed controller, and mounting hardware, as well as some thermal compound.
By far the scariest moment for me, well, there have been some scary moments. There was the time I thought we lost all of our data. That was pretty scary. But the scariest moment for me was the moment that I cut ties with my day job at the computer store, hired two people, Luke and Edsel, and founded Linus Media Group, because from that point on, it was either sink or swim. And if I sank, then I had to come crawling back to the computer industry having failed. Whereas if I succeeded, then the sky was the limit. By far the thing I'm most proud of today is the team that I've built here. I mean, you can look at any accomplishment that might be attributed to me personally, like how many subscribers we have, or how many views we get, or you know, the amazing studio that we produce our work out of, or whatever it is. And if you think that that was me, then you've completely lost track of how a company actually gets anything done, because there's 20 people working here now, and none of those things happen. Literally, none of them happen without every single one of those people contributing every day. So that's far and away the thing that I'm most proud of, is my amazing team. They're world-class, and I say that without any reservations whatsoever. But don't get too, you know, don't get too big for your britches over there, though, Colton.
Got him.
So we've got 3 channels. There's Linus Tech Tips, which used to be like unboxings and reviews, and now has shifted towards more like reviews and projects and deeper explainers into technology. Then we've got Tech Quickie, which is supposed to be like, explain like I'm 5, some kind of technological term or product. And then we've got Tech Linked, which is a thrice-a-week summary of the day's tech news. People always ask me, what's, you know, your favorite video you ever made? And honestly, it's always really hard for me to answer, because we've made like 5,000 videos. I think for me, the most exciting one was probably 7 Gamers 1 CPU. because that was the first time we ever crossed 1 million views in 24 hours. And I also just had a lot of fun with that project. Virtualization technology really gets my engine running, so it was really cool to see that passion for something that's so nuts and bolts somehow managed to translate into something that was watchable for normal people and that was shareable. So the rig I've got in front of me is my daily driver for work, and I'm really lucky because I have a pretty sick work machine, considering the fact that all the video editing actually happens downstairs with our video editors. But it's got a Core i7 6-core processor, it's got 64 gigs of RAM because why not, I guess. It's got a 1 terabyte SSD boot drive, GTX 1080. It's fully custom fully custom water cooled, and of course I'm running a 38-inch ultra-wide monitor and the sexy AORUS peripherals that AORUS graciously sent over. You know, if you think about it, it's passion that makes the computer industry what it is. This mouse is a perfect example. There's no functional reason to put RGB lighting on a mouse or to make it stylish, because if you're using a mouse correctly, like you can make the argument, oh, well, the light turns red when you die or something like that. But if you're using a mouse correctly, it should be covered up by your hand and you shouldn't be able to see it at all. But for some reason, people are just driven to make everything about the PC better and faster and more. And I think that's what has made it so that I've been able to stay involved and stay excited. Do I ever feel pressure? I think a better question would be, do I ever not? I mean, we've got 20 people working here. We've got an audience of nearly 7 million people, depending on how you want to count it, worldwide, that are tuning into us every day. Yeah, there's definitely some pressure. I mean, whether it's pressure to not get something wrong or pressure to, you know, keep people engaged and entertained. And I mean, I think a lot of people think that being a YouTuber is an easy job. You just turn on a camera and then you just start talking at it. And I think they don't realize how hard it is to keep pushing the limits every day. We do daily content. We take it really seriously that every day the video needs to be better in some way than the one that came the day before it. For a long time now, we've been at the point where our goal isn't really to get more subscribers or get more views. I mean, when we invested in Red cameras a little while back, we didn't imagine at all that the amount of money that we dropped on making our production values better was somehow going to translate into enough more views to pay for it. As we've grown and as we've continued to expand our team, really our goal has been to just keep doing what we're doing, but do it better in a way that makes us happy and helps us keep our passion alive for making videos. Do I have regrets, and would I do anything differently? Yeah, those are actually really different questions, because on the one hand, yeah, I definitely have regrets. There's stuff that I have screwed up. I mean, I probably screw something up every day. But would I do anything differently? Probably not, because I love the outcome that we have now. I love the team that I have here. I love the content that we make. You know, the butterfly effect, right? You never know if one little mistake I hadn't made in the past might have completely derailed the train that we're on now. I think the best advice I have for anyone who wants to get into making videos is don't focus on making videos. Focus on being passionate about something and point a camera at it. Because if you ever try to fake loving what you're doing, the audience's BS detector is way too good for that. You won't get away with it. Pretty much everything I do really just comes out of that enthusiasm for PCs. Like, quite frankly, my gaming spark faded a while back, but for some reason, and I've always kind of been this way, I still love the hardware to push it to the limits, and then I'd love to just watch those other guys achieve what they can with it. It's amazing, and it's wonderful to be a part of it in any way that I can. Really, what I want people to get out of our videos is kind of unique, because we know that we're not the deepest technical analysis of the hardware, And at the same time, we're not necessarily the best source for, optimizing every particular setting of whether it's League of Legends or CSGO or whatever the case may be for the best, competitive experience. But what we are is excitement. We want to be the spark. What we expect from people watching our videos is to see us and how much fun we're having with this stuff and get amped up and start to dig deeper.
Not full-time, but part-time.
Drop the mic at this point? Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe we'll find another chance to answer some questions from you guys again. Maybe leave a comment if you have any. And a massive shout out to AORUS for making this video possible.
I just want to say many, many thanks to Linus and his whole team for being a part of this episode. If you're a fan of Linus's, I hope you enjoyed it, maybe learned something new, and if you've never heard of Linus before, that's fine. We'll put a link to his channel down below. If you liked this video, of course, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. For our next episode, we're moving further from the world of gaming and into the world of music. We are going to meet a musician who has turned his apartment into a super cool recording studio. So, see you next time.
AORUS.